Hey, welcome back. All right, now we're going to get into drawing this ribbon here. Now, when you first look at it, it looks like they might have just done an object here, like a triangle, and then mirrored it down to the bottom half. But as we take a closer look at this, it looks like this point doesn't stick out as far as the bottom. In fact, if I drag a ruler out here and touch it toward the bottom point, you can see that that's exactly the case. So this ribbon was just drawn using probably the two-line tool or some other tool, and the other side looks like it's a mirror image of this one, and we're going to check on that later on. But I just wanted to make you aware of that when you're drawing something like this. Sometimes you can just mirror it. That's a simple way if we were drawing this from scratch, but since we're wanting to closely mimic the original artwork, we're going to draw this using the two-line tool and then the B-Spline to complete it before we use our smart fill. So let's use the two-point line. The way I like to do this is I like to find the outside point is the best, clearest part of that point that I can, which I think is going to be right here somewhere. Now, while I'm holding my mouse down, I'm going to drag over and hold down my control key. That allows you to get, I think it's every 15-degree increments, but it allows you to do straight vertical and horizontal lines as well. So I'm just going to draw this over to somewhere inside of my little star there. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to find what looks like my midpoint here, and then I'm just going to drag this until it touches that node. And I'm going to do the same for this bottom section. Come out to find my point somewhere around here, and then I'm going to touch there. Do the same here, holding down the control key. Alright, once I get to this point, I'm going to swap tools. This is one of my favorite tools, the B-Spline. I can click on this one node here. Make sure it says node and not just edge. So node, and then I can just go around and smoothly click on any of these areas where it fits inside that star. Once I get to that last click there, I can just let go of my mouse and hit enter, and that joins it. Now, we don't even have to worry about this actually connecting very well, because we're just going to use the smart tool or smart fill to fill that in. That's a really good trick right there. So now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my hairline or outline. And at this point, I'm going to copy and paste. Go ahead and nudge it over a little bit, and then I'm going to use my mirror tool to flip it, and I'm going to move this over holding down control. That allows you to move it without moving your vertical distance here. So I'm going to horizontally move this until it's right about at that edge, and I'm going to let it go. And you can see that that was a mirror image of that ribbon from the other side. Now, I'm not too concerned if I'm exactly on over here. It looks like I'm very, very close, but it's not going to matter if I'm a little bit further out or a little bit in, because I'm going to group these together and I'm going to center it anyway. So I'm going to do that. That's going to be the last thing I do before I end this video. So I'm going to, with this one selected on this side, I'm going to hold down Shift, select it on the other side. I'm going to group those together. Now I'm going to nudge this over, 2 clicks. But the last thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to make this a different color actually. I'll just make it red so you can see that really well. With this still selected, or if I deselect it, I can select it again. The important thing is that I select this before I hold down Shift and click my star. If I select this first, then hold down Shift and click my star, I can hit the C button on the keyboard, and that will center both of these to be perfectly centered with my star. If I had the star selected before the ribbon, it would have moved my star, and that'll throw everything out of alignment. So that gets us that part there. Next thing I'm going to show you how to do is cut this out to where it's perfectly, the ribbon fits there without this having to be behind. You could just send this to the back or send this to the end. But if you're doing a vector cut on this, then it might actually cut through parts of your star, and that is not really the best way to do vector art. So I'm going to show you the preferred method of this in the next video.